StadiumDB.com presents World Cup 2030 Stadiums beat Spain, Portugal, Ukraine. Hello friends! We continue our series in which we cover the countries bidding to host the 2030 World Cup. After an interesting South American candidacy, which is an absolutely must-see, our attention turns to Europe, namely the countries from the Iberian Peninsula, Spain and Portugal, recently joined by Ukraine. But before we focus on the point, we would like to ask you to subscribe and click the bell and like buttons. A comment below the video would also be appreciated. Thanks! So we start with Portugal, where 3 stadiums await us. Estádio José Alvalade 21, capacity 50,095, Lisbon. The country's picturesque capital has 2 beautiful venues that were built on the occasion of Euro 2004. The first one is used on a daily basis by Sporting's footballers. Portuguese architect Tomás Taveira, known for his exceptionally bright visions, is responsible for the design. In addition to the impressive size of the 2-tier auditorium, the arena has extensive facilities underneath the stands. Estadio da Luz, capacity 64,642, Lisbon. The other stadium from the Portuguese capital hosts none other than Sporting's arch-rival Benfica. The locals call the stadium a Catedra, and it is hard to deny that, as the arena is truly monumental. The 60-seater has hosted the final of the aforementioned European Championships and 2 Champions League finals. Estádio do Dragão, capacity 50,033, Porto. Like the previous 2, this venue was also built on the occasion of the Portuguese Euros, and there is no doubt that all arenas share quite a few features. The Dragons Stadium has the main pitch below ground level, which is flanked by 2-tier stands along the pitch and single-level ones behind the goals, so that from the auditorium we can see the nearby buildings. We leave Portugal to move on to its neighbor, where at the moment there are 15 stadiums competing for the right to host the tournament. 11 of them will eventually be selected. However, some will have to be expanded to reach the minimum capacity of 40,000 spectators required by FIFA. And we begin with Abanca-Balaídos, capacity 31,100, Vigo. The venue in Galicia is undergoing a major redevelopment. Its concept has been named the New Wave and involves leveling the heights of all the stands to give the facility a uniform feel. The stadium is to be entirely covered with aluminium cladding in the form of wavy segments. Abanca-Riazor, capacity 32,660, La Coruña. We remain in Galicia. The local stadium is situated right on the ocean front and has already hosted the world's best footballers in 1982. In 2000, as many as 41,000 spectators in the stands celebrated Deportivo's only national championship to date. Estadio El Molinón, capacity 29,538, Gijón. We are still on the coast, although already in Asturias. The arena's original name comes from the mill that stood where the stadium is today. The 2009-11 redevelopment gave the venue a modern feel, with the north stand receiving an upper level. San Mamés Barria, capacity 53,331, Bilbao. We land in the Basque country. The stadium here is a real visual marvel. Its most distinctive feature is its facade, made up of thousands of white ribs. Each one is curved so that the panels do not adhere tightly, but allow for light and ventilation. Estadio Anoeta, capacity 40,000, San Sebastian. We remain on the Bay of Biscay. The stadium in San Sebastian owes its current appearance to the 2017-19 redevelopment and no longer resembles the old Anoeta at all. The arena's roof and facade are covered with an ETFE membrane. This is where we would like to recommend to you again our material about the South American challenges to our European protagonists. And it's not over yet, so keep your eyes and ears open for more videos in this series. Estadio de la Romareda, capacity 34,600, Zaragoza. We are heading deeper into the peninsula. The stadium has been calling for redevelopment for years, and the issue is beginning to resemble a soap opera. Other locations were considered for the home of local Real, but in the end it was decided that it would be built on the site of the current one. Estadi Cornellà-El Prat, capacity 40,000, Barcelona. Time for a visit to Catalonia. Espanyol's stadium opened almost 14 years ago, but it still looks very modern. Its advancement is not only manifested in its appearance, but also in the solutions used there to make the stadium environmentally friendly. Camp Nou, capacity 105,053, Barcelona. By the time of the 2030 World Cup, Blaugrana's stadium will have looked very different compared to present. Modernization work is in progress at Barça venue, which is set to accelerate next season when the club moves to the Olympic Stadium. Plans include the construction of a new third tier of equal height, which will allow Camp Nou to exceed the magic 100,000-seater barrier. The stadium will also gain a roof, and the panoramic screen will be installed underneath. Nou Mestalla, capacity 70,000, Valencia. We are heading south along the Mediterranean coast. Valencia's new venue has been in the making for more than 15 years now, but it looks like work has finally picked up. Initially, it will not use the full potential of the stands, offering only 49,000 seats. Estadio Nueva Condomina, capacity 31,179, Murcia. The stadium in the city known as the Europe's Orchard was officially opened in October 2006. The arena was potentially due to host the world's best footballers in 2018, and there were plans at the time to expand it to 43,000 capacity. But the Iberian country's bid fell through. Estadio La Rosaleda, capacity 30,044, Malaga. Time for a visit to Andalusia, where the stadium with the romantic name Rose Garden is located, although its character is clearly brutalist. The arena acquired its present form through redevelopment in the early 21st century. 4 new partially covered stands were then built. Estadio La Cartuja, capacity 57,619, Seville. We remain in the south. Seville's La Cartuja was built to be the main arena for the 2004 Olympic Games. The huge, one of the largest stadium in Spain, still has no permanent user. It hosted several Euro matches in 2021. Estadio Metropolitano, capacity 68,456, Madrid. We head to the capital, where 2 stadiums are in contention for the right to host the World Cup. The first of those is the home of Atletico. The most remarkable part of the stadium and its trademark is the roof. This masterpiece of engineering and architecture combines functionality with design. It is curiously shaped on all sides, creating a rippling impression on the outside, while impressing with its harmony and rhythm on the inside. Estadio Santiago Bernabéu, capacity 80,242, Madrid. The stadium of the more successful club from the capital is currently undergoing a redevelopment that will see it receive a new retractable roof, allowing the venue to be fully enclosed, while the stands will be surrounded by a striking futuristic facade made of stainless steel panels. Under the roof there will be a circular panoramic screen. The modernization should be completed in 2023. Estadio de Gran Canaria, capacity 32,400, Las Palmas. Before bidding farewell to Spain, a brief visit to the Canary Islands. The stadium in Las Palmas is the largest in the archipelago. In the past decade, as part of the redevelopment, the running track was removed to transform the facility into a football-specific one. In October 2022, Ukraine joined the candidacy of the Iberian states. It is not yet known how many arenas the country will provide to FIFA. Ukraine organized Euro 2012 together with Poland, so they definitely have modern stadiums there. These include Olympic Stadium in Kiev, Metalist Stadium in Kharkiv and Arena Lviv. This, nevertheless, is where we end our overview of the next bid to host the 2030 World Cup. Let us know in the comments if you enjoyed it. Make sure to click on the bell because we are preparing videos about the other proposals as well as the Stadium of the Year competition. Stay tuned!